I think when I first started with you, it was one of my worst months ever. It was like around like 3 or 4K.
All in, where are you at last month, this month? What's it looking like?
I guess ballpark, like, I don't know, around 30 to 40, but
The word that is the fucking, when you told me that, like, I swear to God, my business 10x. Like, nobody is like really breaking that down one-on-one. A lot of people can resonate with that, where like they're at that point where it's just everything that he says just makes sense, you know? And it's like, okay, why do you know this so well? And like, what do you know that I don't? Possible to not see a return? No, it is not possible.
Man, this is so crazy. We're already doing a follow-up. It's been, how many? Less than 6 months since the last one, I think, maybe just about 6 months.
Yep.
And Griffin, this is Griffin. You can introduce yourself, kind of tell us what you do, main part of your agency, kind of how it works.
for sure. How's it going? My name's Griffin. I go by Cube online. I have a marketing agency, basically just lead generation for service-based businesses, HVAC, roofers, all those types of businesses. I also have a coaching program that does pretty well. I'm also working with WAP, and I have just a wide variety of different business ventures right now. So it's super fun and exciting.
Okay. And I want to first, before we really get into any of the specifics, where were you before, just revenue-wise? We'll just give them a little tease, right? Where were you revenue-wise when we started working together versus where you're at now, 6-ish months later?
Yeah. I think when I first started with you, it was one of my worst months ever. It was like around like 3 or 4K. And that was super hard and very rough, but I learned a lot from that stage. So that was like kind of where I was at.
That's okay. And you've made a lot of progress. We made pretty good money the first month, and then it was all just about keeping the ball rolling. You did a ton of different trips. You did the thing with in the Miami trip. That was awesome. And now you got the whole WAP thing. He's just keeping the ball rolling. So ballpark meet, all in, where are you at last month, this month? What's it looking like?
Well, I don't want to get too specific, but my agency last month was around 20 MRR, $20,000, and coaching has been super well. It's been doing really, really well. I'm starting to be able to charge a lot higher tickets, so you guys could kind of imagine that. And then WAP pays me pretty well too. So I guess ballpark, like, I don't know, around 30 to 40, but I don't want to say like that. I don't want to jinx myself.
That's fucking nuts, dude. So we're up, holy shit, 10x? Yeah. 10x from where you started.
Yeah.
You know, and I saw so many people in the comments in the first one saying like, I can't wait to see where he's at in a couple months. Like, I'm so excited for the follow-up. Yeah. And I think that it really is something that you should be proud of too. I mean, we could talk about kind of how I helped in the things that we did, but he's not a lazy person. If you're a lazy guy and you're expecting like whatever, either his mechanism, my mechanism, paying either of us, any kind of relationship working, if you expect it to happen overnight and you get results right away, it's just, you got to change that mindset. He came into this knowing it was a long game. He came into this knowing that he would have to put the work in, actually get the reps, everything that you need to do, and he's reaping the benefits exactly how we expected it to happen. Was my timeline about right when we first started at kind of what we talked about, how long it would take, where you would be at? You feel like it was pretty accurate?
Yeah, 100%. I think we both were a little unsure of how we should tackle, like, right when we first started working together, because I had a lot of chaos going on. Like, I wasn't at a point where I just started. Like, I already had some progress, but it was really chaotic and I just had no clarity. And I think like once we kind of, you know, hopped on a few calls together and like really broke down what's the most like profitable and like ROI pushing thing to focus on, that was just like exponential. And I think the timeline definitely made sense with that.
Okay, perfect. I mean, let's take this in a few stages. First, I want to talk about where you were either, you know, after the first meeting. I think that's going to be really important to talk about some of the challenges that you faced after we saw some success, because the challenges at 3 to 5K are going to be different than 10 to 15 and different than 20 to 30. So it's like, there's a couple different points to touch on. At first, for the people who don't know, just tell a little bit of how your agency was looking before you even got onboarded.
Yeah. So I was coming off a record month for signing clients. I think I signed 6 clients that month, almost 7. And the reason I reached out to Josh is because I was doing all the work as if I was running like a $30,000 agency a month, but I was making like $3,000 to $4,000 like a month, which was like so confusing and so conflicting. And so really where my agency was at was I was just going for lead volume. I didn't really know what I was charging. I didn't have like a set pricing structure. I was just throwing numbers on a call, seeing if they would go and bite. And I just lacked clarity. I think that was the main thing with my agency from when we first started working together.
And you had been around that range. I mean, let's just say like 1 to 5K for a while, or it was you had just started recently?
No, that was like one of my worst months ever. But like, bro, the months before that, I hit like 5 or 6K. The month before that was like 4. So like I was on this like steady incline, and then I completely dropped off in October. And there was other reasons why I was going for more client volume, but just doing that experience of only signing clients for super cheap, or just not having a set pricing structure, I learned so much just during that time period that it was more like, what did I actually learn? And I think Josh really helped me like break down like what we actually worked, or what I was just doing for the past like 3 or 4 months of my life, and like gave me clarity of like, okay, now you have the skills, like let's go get the ball rolling.
There you go. That's perfect. Let's just talk about the onboarding process. Things were a little bit different then, but walk through how it was. After the first week, 2 weeks, what were the changes that you felt were already being put in place, and the differences just in your day-to-day life and kind of with the agency as well?
For sure. Well, so when I first got onboarded, it was the roadmap, which was something that I took my time in, and I filled it out for my own benefit. And what I got back was super clear. I think we hopped on a call and broke it down like even more. And it basically was like kind of what I just talked about. It was like what you've been working on and all those skills, and like how do you take it to the next. So I think like one of the points there was like upsell your current clients or get rid of them because they're bottlenecking you. And that was like something that I knew needed to happen, but like having somebody actually tell me like, bro, like that's your bottleneck. Like, I don't know why, but that's like when things were like, okay, I should probably do that. And I think just like, I mean, I said this probably 3 times now, but clarity. Like I literally just got so much clarity just from the first week of like, oh, okay, like I have all these skills, I have clients, I have students, like now it's like, what's the next step to like take it to the next level? And I think really what it came down to was I wasn't changing, like, it wasn't like doing a whole 180 or like completely, reinventing the wheel. It was just like, why am I focusing on, these lower ticket clients? And like, why am I not taking these sales calls more seriously? And, why do I not feel value enough for myself to pitch, 3K, 4K? Like, why can't I do that? And I think Josh had it in my mind or I had it before Josh, was like, I can't charge that much. Like, I'm not worth that much. I've only ever signed a client on a 10% commission or, a low setup fee. So I'm never like, I couldn't ever get to that point. But I think just by like hopping on one call, giving me a roadmap, it was like, bro, like you have all the skills, like you're not doing anything wrong. It's just like, change this part or, have more clarity here. And it completely worked.
That's one of my favorite parts, is that it's just, sometimes it's a small change that you just can't see in the moment. And maybe some people never see it, right? But it's like these small changes that we can make, in these small mindset shifts can just change everything. I mean, I remember, I think I don't remember how much it was, like 4x your pricing or something. It was fucking ridiculous. Like, and it takes a little bit to get used to, and especially when, kind of like you said, your only experience prior was pitching, 500, 1,000, something like that. Going up to those higher ticket numbers, especially retainers, or trying to do these bundles where it's, I think you told me one time you pitched like 45K on some guy, which like I
That didn't go through.
But it's just
if that
like,
went through, I would not be here.
Fuck you.
I'm just kidding.
That's hilarious.
I think like taking a few steps back, like what it really looked like was I had a great lead generator. Like I had like a really good method that was working really well. But really what that meant was it just was reps, like more reps and reps. And with those reps, I was already doing those reps, but having somebody where I could immediately break down the call together was like literally night and day to exactly what would help me like in whatever endeavor I ended up doing. And so like what it came down to was like those close rates and those show rates was just by week, by day, like every closing call that I ever had, I would immediately send it to Josh. And it was like, okay, fucking roast me. Like literally just like literally nitpick like everything I did wrong. And I think just like within like a couple like just by reps, like weeks, like I could see the progress happening of like, Josh, this one felt so much better. Or like, bro, this one was night and day. And like, I remember sending that text because it was like, that was the truth. Like I sent you a closing call like a week before. And like, you were like, bro, this fucking sucks. Like change this. And then like, I'd go hop on another call with somebody else and I would send you to that one. And he's like, okay, this is good, but now change this. And it within, I mean, a month of doing that, like not even a month, probably less than that. Like it was just night and day. And also like, client acquisition is client acquisition. And so just by you being able to break down like certain psychology things or like, bro, don't say the price before this, like that is something that I carried on with not even my coaching program, but also like what I'm doing with WAP and like, bro, any closing call that I've ever been on that's not even like towards agency, bro, you just learn so much of like, this is psychology and this is like what you should be saying. And this is like the time period and like the certain like, take a, pause right here and don't say anything else. Like, nobody is like really breaking that down one-on-one unless like you have like a mentor like that, and I think that was like so helpful for me.
Yeah, man, it is crazy. I remember all these times we how many one-on-one calls do you think we've gotten on? Like, can you even ballpark it?
I don't know. There's a lot. The one with Randy was that.
I brought my brother in for a short time to help him with closing, and my brother's like a salesman, so it's little things like that where it becomes less of like a transactional relationship and more of like, I want you to succeed, and I'm going to connect you with everyone that I can in order to ensure that happens.
Yeah.
I put you in contact with some of my partners. We did my brother. We had media buyers come in and creative people, just everything to expand that network and allow you to flourish. Not saying that was the one thing that allowed you to grow, but when it comes to the psychology, I talk a lot about content. That's my fucking thing, dude. I love content. I love how it works. I love how it gets leads. I love how it pre-sells leads. And it all comes down to psychology. It all comes down to the way the human brain works. And you can apply these practices, these rules and laws about how people function and how people think into other avenues. You do not get your clients from the agency as maybe you get a couple, but content isn't your main way to get the clients, but we use these laws and use this psychology in a bunch of different ways, as well as walk through some of the assets that we've kind of been able to make and how has it improved kind of the quality of the call, the framing of the call, the perception, how serious people are, just with some of like the things that we've made after the lead actually comes in.
Yeah. Well, to touch on the content part, I mean, this is probably the fourth time I said it, but clarity. Like everybody can say content's easy, but if you ever try to pick up the camera and press record and then watch it back, it's so cringe and it's like, fuck, what am I actually saying? And so Josh is really good at content, and I love picking his brain on like new methods of like, bro, like I'm just overthinking it. And he's like, dude, just do this. And it's like, oh, duh, right? So the content side of things, you've given me so much clarity on, and yeah, it's not my main method to get agency clients, but content is content. Like what that psychology is going to work with regardless of what I'm pushing out. And then actually like, once you get leads in the door and like being able to like look at that data of like, okay, so this reel converted really well because you said this thing, like that was something that I would never have any idea of. I would instead just look at the views and be like, oh, this should have done well, right? But instead it's like, it's not the views, it's not this, it's not that. It's like, bro, like you said this hook and you mentioned this pain point, and that's you framing yourself like 2 steps ahead of somebody. And like, not to like get too deep into it, but like just those little ways of like actually looking at things and breaking it down was just like so helpful, and it's completely changed like everything that I do with my content.
Well, your content is still a form of client acquisition, just in a different way. I think an easy question just to ask is, what are your thoughts on like the value of the work that we've done, how it was structured in general? Do you think that you got value and had an ROI on your initial investment?
Yes, 100%. In short term, yes. I would say The way that I think I've used this relationship was you are a part of my business in a way. Like, I think a lot of times, you know, I'll hit a roadblock and I'll be like, bro, like, what the fuck do I do? And then I'll be like, oh, let me go ask fucking Josh, because it's like, bro, he's part of my business. And he's like, yo, what's up? Like, it's just like immediate, like, okay, let's break it down. And I think like just having that, like, I don't know. I think it's not like it doesn't feel like, you know, you're untouchable. It doesn't feel like I can't ever text you. Like sometimes, bro, I'll send you like funny stuff, or like, we'll like both, because we both live in Connecticut, like we'll both be like, yo, we're here right now, or something like that. And I think that's like super fun. And it also feels like he's part of my business in a way. Like I love his input on things, and it's really been like what is like, it's taken me so far. And that's from my agency, that's from my coaching, bro. Even like I'll ask life advice, like, bro, I think I asked one day, like, when do I start using a credit card? Like bro, yeah. Like I don't know, like I really don't know. And so like having somebody there for me, like I'm forever grateful of the decision that I made in that time. Because I mean, when I went forward with the program, like, bro, I was not in a good place. Like, and that is like from genuine, like I was just back like 2 or 3 months into college, like lowest month ever with clients. I also got like invited to a trip to Miami, and I was like, yo, like, you gotta help me with this. And Josh was like, bro, like, let's do it. Like, let's tackle it together. And it felt like I was on this path alone. I was on this path for, like, alone for a really long time, and I still feel alone. It's still my own business, but having somewhat of like a reassurance of like, you're almost like a business partner in a way, where I think like we can collaborate on stuff. And it's like, yo, Josh, how do you feel about this? He's like, nah, like stem away from that. And it's like, all right, cool. Like, let's not think about that anymore. And I think that has been giving me so much value. And I know I'm like rambling on, but like that's the truth. Like, it was super, super beneficial to me.
Man, I love that. That warms my heart. It warms my heart. I try to convey it. It's a hard thing to convey, but you guys like are so much more than just people who I work with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I call you clients, but at the end of the day, like my biggest goal has always been to have a friendship and have people that I can succeed along with. It's not that I want to, you know, use you guys as stepping stones or anything like that. Like, that's why we're here in person today, is because like you guys are my friends at the end of the day. And I'm excited to see you on that next client retreat. I'm gonna make sure you come.
Yes, sir. Where are we going?
I'm trying to go to Greece, man. I'm trying to go to Greece. So we'll plan that out. We'll plan that out. But I appreciate those kind words. When it comes to, when it comes to the community, how did you find the other people that were in there as opposed to maybe some other things that you've been in before, the seriousness, kind of just what are your thoughts on the people that you were able to connect with?
Yeah. Well, I've been in a lot of programs. I think in total I spent over like around like $8,000 or $9,000 on different programs myself. And I always do that because it like puts me in a position where my back is against the wall, and also just like new networking opportunities, and also just, you know, learning new knowledge and stuff. But like community is a huge thing of like any of these programs, and it's deeper than just the one mentor like that you have. It's like his connections underneath him, as well as everybody else's connections and their connections also. So that was super helpful. I think there's been many times where we would collaborate on group things together. There's group calls, which, you know, I'm mostly pretty active inside. And the community side of things, I think it's always helpful to have feedback, as well as just like what's hot right now. Like what is everybody working on right now, you know? And having a group call means that when they ask questions, you just sitting in that call might have a new enlightenment. Like maybe they just answered one of your questions, or maybe they just said something that you didn't even think about, and vice versa to that. Like when you ask a question, maybe that's, you know, starts thinking for a lot of other people, and it's like, oh, I didn't even think about, like, we could do that. So I mean, like a community is huge, and I think that's always beneficial. It's also just like fun, bro. Like there's a lot of times where I'll post some like brain rot, or like I'll make like a gif of you, or like a meme, and it's just like funny, bro. It's like,
I know exactly which one you're talking about.
Like, yeah, like it's just like fun, bro. And like, I don't know, it's like I wouldn't want to be doing this path of business because fuck, does it suck. Like I mean, there's gonna be some hard moments, and like when you're at rock bottom, you'll just keep diving deeper. Like you don't even know what rock bottom is anymore. But that's also like, it's just fun because it's like, oh, I have like kids like my age doing the same thing that I'm doing, and sometimes it just, you need that like pick me up, or like you need to hop on a group call and just like fucking talk about like what's been going on, and just hearing another perspective of it, or multiple perspectives, is just like insanely helpful and beneficial.
I love that. And I do want to ask, we are a little silly sometimes, I'll admit. You know, we are our authentic selves, and it's not like we're putting on a mask. It's not like we're trying to gatekeep information.
Right.
I've told you some of my industry secrets that I probably haven't told anyone else, and it's just things like that. Do you think that just because we're real and that we are making it a more enjoyable, fun time means that we're any less serious or maybe professional in a way? And what is the advice, you know, caliber you would say versus someone who's extremely corporate?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good mix. Like, I think all the jokes come from being so locked in. Like the reason I make like a meme about you, like, you know, you like fully doing this.
I'll have to like put it on the
you have to put it up. But like the reason I make that meme is because we're so locked in. Like it's like, oh my God, like everybody's focusing on this one thing. Josh has this insane method. We're all spamming it, and then it's like, okay, like let's take a step back and like actually like think about what we're doing. And I think that's just like, it gives me like, it's like, okay, we're having fun with this and we're making money. It's like, what the fuck? Like what else is there in life, you know? So it's extremely helpful, and it doesn't mean that we don't get shit done, because oh my God, we get shit done. And I think a lot of times I'm like, bro, like roast me, and like you fucking don't hold back. And so it's like,
well, because here's the thing, man, like it's me responding. I think that's another thing is people have told me for months, they say, Josh, you're gonna have to bring a coach on. Josh, you're not gonna be able to do the volume. Josh, you're not gonna. Man, I'm in those chats every day. What's the like response time like compared to? Has there really even been a difference since when you started and now?
No, not at all. No.
And what is it like? Like you send a message and you gotta.
Yeah, it's like I might get a response in like a week. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's bro, it's super quick. It's like you're like a little AI bot. It's like, oh, how can I help you? You know?
Bro,
so
that's what, bro. Trent said the same thing. He said it's like talking to ChatGPT. I'm like waiting in the chats for you guys.
I think you are sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, it's good. It's like, I mean, there's been time, and I think like we talked about this before. It's like, it's super hands-on in the beginning. Like 100%, I needed your help for super long, and then once we had that, this is like the 6th time, clarity. Once we had that like, okay, structure of like what has to get done, it's like, okay, now it's on my own. I'm gonna go do it. And when those fires come up, it's like, okay, I'll just like reach back out. Or it's like, yo, like you check up on me, and I think that is so beneficial. It's like, where else are you gonna find that? You know, like what other program is gonna like actively check up on their members? It's like somebody that is, it doesn't feel like a program, it doesn't feel like a course. It's literally just like, bro, your business partner, or like your, like, I don't know, your little, it's just so helpful. And so it's the response time is super quick, and it's always personable too. Like I think also one thing is super helpful is because you are always active in the chats and you're like always texting back, you almost have like your finger on the pulse for where we're at in our different journeys. And there's so much that can come with that. You can, you know, connect us with other people and be like, yo, this is working really well, like talk to this guy. Or you're like, dude, like I just had this experience, like let me put you onto this, and you know, you send me like a reel from somebody else, or like we hop on a call. It's like, it's just you being able to fully be immersed in like where we're at in our whole position comes from like the onboarding of like really understanding where we're at. And I mean, it just continues on.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I don't think it's almost like the people that come in and the people that like you, they're fucking serious, dude. It's like you're here to get shit done. It's not like you're here to talk and be like, okay, now we've been talking for a week, we set everything up, let's keep having these little chats every day. It's like, I'm gonna go do the fucking work. I'm gonna come back after I made 10K, and I'm gonna tell you, hey Josh, you know, we gotta start charging more, help me, you know, with this and that. And I love it, man. I love it because every time I check in with you guys, there's always progress being made. It's never like you guys sit and fucking do nothing for a couple weeks and then you guys really, I love that. It's really A-grade clients. I love working with you guys. Also, what is the process to hop on a call with me? Like one-on-one call, what does it look like? What do you have to fill out? How many times do you have to ask? What does it look like?
It's like a month. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I think I don't know if you know this, but I saved your Calendly link in my bookmark. And so like whenever I want, I mean, I could just book in 30 minutes. Like I should have done it today or something, but Yeah, I mean, it's super seamless. Like if I'm like, yo, I literally need your input on this, it's like, okay, cool, let's send over a calendar link, and then we both just find a time that works. I think there's been a couple times where I like had to reschedule because I was fucking sick as fuck. Like that was the most recent one, and he was like, yeah, no biggie. Like you want to do same time tomorrow, and like boom, it's rescheduled. So check-in calls super easy, and they're productive as fuck too. Like it's not like some small chat for like 20 minutes, and then it's like, okay, let's kind of talk about a bottleneck. It's like Miro board, like glasses. It's like, let's get this fucking shit done. And it's like no bullshit, like completely raw. And I don't know if like I would ever feel comfortable like talking about numbers with somebody else, you know? It's because like you've seen me like slowly rise up, and I think like that is like allows me to be so transparent with what I'm doing and what I'm making, and like asking you questions like how to use a credit card. It's like I wouldn't be able to ask anybody that if I like just joined, because, or not that I just joined, but like if I like didn't have this like relationship for so long, because I just feel almost like you would judge me, or like you wouldn't know where I'm at, or like maybe you'll like fucking expose me if I'm not making that much. So I don't know, I think it, what was the question? Yeah, it's super quick, super quick.
Oh, I love that, man. I mean, like I said, like I always think it's so funny, because if I were to ask you what's the one thing that you want to do for your clients, I'm probably gonna say make them more money. So it's like, at the end of the day, this isn't just a side gig for me. This isn't something that I'm like putting together to. It's like started thinking.
Yo, bleep that.
I will. Not something I'm throwing together as like a side gig. It's like, this is what I really feel like I'm meant to be doing. Like, you guys, I understand this industry really well, and especially like to the content and the psychological parts of selling and pricing and positioning and things like that, that I just want all of you guys to succeed at the highest fucking level. And like hearing you growing, like you started like fucking here, and now you're up here, dude. And like, it genuinely brings a smile to my face. And when you post these things in your story, like, it makes me happy, dude. It genuinely makes me happy. And I don't know, I love seeing the progress. I love it, I really do. What was the reason that really made you hop on the call and pull the trigger?
One, I couldn't get off, you couldn't get off my For You page, which was really annoying. And it was kind of like a psychology thing of like, it just made sense. Like, I don't know if there was one certain video, I don't know if there was one certain bottleneck that you broke down. It just fucking made sense. And I think a lot of people can resonate with that, where like they're at that point where it's just everything that he says just makes sense, you know? And it's like, okay, why do you know this so well? And like, what do you know that I don't? And so I think really what made me go forward with the program was I was a mess. Like I knew that I had something that was working. I knew something that like I was on the brink of greatness, but I just didn't know how to break it down. I didn't know the best way to scale it. I didn't know how to upsell. I didn't know how to downsell. I didn't know how to cut. I didn't know like business partners. Like I joined when I forgot I even had this, but I was running my agency, and I was also a media buyer for 2 other agencies.
Yep, I remember
and
that.
So I was like, I have all these things working for me, but like I'm making nothing. And like, how do I like get out of, do I get out of these media buying roles? Do I, keep them? Do I ride them to the moon? And so I think really what made me go forward with it was I recognized that I was in a position where I didn't want to be, and you were in a position that I wanted to be. And I was like, okay, it just has to make sense. And so I think it didn't feel like a leap of faith. It didn't feel like, holy fuck, like what did I just sign myself up for? It just was like, this is going to work out, And I mean, that's why we're here right now, like recording this. It's because like during those moments, I just felt like it just made sense in a way. Because we had such a long call, I feel like I really and because I consumed a lot of content, I felt like I really knew you, And I mean, this doesn't relate, but like you were from Connecticut, like you had a very similar upbringing, and so like not that would help anybody, because it's like, oh, I don't live in Connecticut. It's not that. It's more like, can you see yourself in that person, and can you guys just chop it up? Like, I mean, if the call feels awkward, or like it feels like a pitch, or like it just feels like this guy's giving me no value, like, bro, like don't fucking pay for it. But if you want like actual good advice, and like you feel like you could resonate with that person, or like it just makes sense for you and everything is clicking, then like it's all out there for you, you know? And so I think, yeah, it's like, I don't know. It was just personable, you know? Like I felt like I knew you for a really long time, and it felt like, you know, we were about to tackle this together. It felt like a business partnership, you know? And I think that was something that was just super helpful.
Do you think with the way that it's structured and the experience that I have just working with so many like different people in different situations, if someone genuinely wants it to work and they come in ready to do the work and they actually put in the hours, do you think it's possible for them not to see a return?
Possible to not see a return? No, it is not possible. I mean, bro, you literally have to be like brain dead or like your computer dies if you don't find success just with whatever business model that you end up choosing. Because like I said before, client acquisition is client acquisition, right? Like psychology is psychology. The content you're pushing out and those little practices can be repeatable to any fucking niche that you ever want to do. And so if you do this for like a month straight and you get Josh's coaching, you can go do like OnlyFans and like you'll probably be really successful with it, because like it's the same practices. It all makes sense. Like the psychology of that is the same thing that transitions over to why people buy from agencies. It's like the psychology of like seeing an OnlyFans girl. Like that's a really bad example, but like then again, it makes sense because those practices are practices. And so no, you would actually have to be like literally brain dead, or like you just lost your Wi-Fi or something for like a month straight if you didn't make money with this. I'm not gonna lie.
That got me. But with these assets and everything that we make and kind of curate for different situations and different types of prospects and different situations that people are getting onto the call, I mean, more so with your public content, how is growing your image or maybe getting the right content or making the right posts and going in the right decision, do you feel like the input is making a difference? And do you feel like it's especially, I mean, more so with the cash collected and everything?
Oh yeah, I mean, that's always nice. Yeah, 100%, like fucking night and day, bro. And not only was it just like giving me direction of what to post, but I also knew how to double down on stuff that I posted that did well, because I actually knew what to look at and like what metrics that actually make sense, and what practices I should repeat and which practices I should get rid of. So it really came down to just like throwing things at a wall and like seeing if they would stick, and then like having Josh's feedback to, you know, help me out with that. Also just putting me onto so much game. Like, I mean, there's been times where like you would screenshot my stories and be like, yo, you can't like don't write this, or like people can't even swipe up. And like I had that mistake like once or twice, and it was like, who the fuck else would say that to me right now? And so yes, it's been so helpful in every single piece of content that I push out. And I mean, this might be too much game and you might have to bleep this, but the word that is the fucking, when you told me that, like, I swear to God, my business 10x, like, that genuinely changed everything for me. I didn't find content to be like boring or like, I didn't want to do it anymore. I was fucking like pumped up because I wanted to fucking go build a relationship with people online. And so, yes, it's been super helpful. You actually might have to bleep that, because that is fucking,
I'll bleep it
that
for
is
you.
so
I'll
much
bleep it for
sauce.
you. He loves that word. He always tells me about that.
Genuinely changed my life.
I think I want to cover just a couple more things. Number one being, I think you mentioned earlier when we were at dinner, we went and got dinner before this, or late lunch, you know. Before this, we were talking off camera. You said there was a couple things that I said that kind of always stuck. Mm-hmm. Do you remember off the top of your head what those things were?
Yeah, you talked about, and this is just like general business advice, or more like life advice. There was one thing that you said to me on a call, and it was like when things started to pick up, and like fuck, I was nervous. Like everybody always talks about like you want to hit a 10K month, you want your personal brand to start picking up, but like once you're actually in those moments, like it gets a little stressful, and you're like, okay, like, this is actually happening, so what do I do now? And I remember Josh gave me this really good piece of advice, and it was like, there's gonna be a lot of noise, right? And there's gonna be a lot of people telling you what to do, people that, you know, think that you have the best, or think that you're doing everything wrong, and, you know, they're gonna send you a DM and be like, dude, just fix this one thing. And it's important to cut out that noise, as well as just like repeat profitable actions. I think like there's been many different times where I'd find some success in something and I'd go and like do a different business venture or like be like, fuck it, bro, let's go day trade, right? But it's like, why would I do that? Like, why would I not just like double down on what's profitable and like keep working at this one thing that is fucking working? And so there's been many pieces of advice. And I think that was one thing that was super helpful was like, there's going to be noise that comes, and it did fucking come. And it's probably just on this call, I've gotten like 3 or 4 DMs of like people nitpicking my funnel or like some bullshit, right? But it's like, you just said this at dinner. It's like, if those people had it figured out, like they'd be in my position. So that was like one piece of advice that was super helpful.
I love that. I love that. It does really start to pick up. It does really start to pick up. And there's a lot of different cases with a lot of different people, and it's hard to really sum up in totality, but based on everything that we've done and kind of how things have been growing, it's so easy to talk about the earlier stages too, because you have to make such big changes, right? Maybe just touch a little bit on the later stages, more recent kind of conversations or topics that we've had that weren't so much change your whole business and do this and do that, but more so like the little things that we may have talked about or gone over that helped just in not just the growing and getting started, but like just scaling overall.
Yeah. I mean, our most recent call, I remember I was super sick, but we were kind of breaking down like how'd the month go, right? Like how, like what numbers, what, you know, closing rates, like stuff like that. And, you know, really what that did was just like, okay, this worked really well. So like doubled down on it. And it was just like, almost like just like a roadmap of how this next month is going to go. And, I mean, we're 16 days into the month and it's completely playing out like just how we talked about. So, the more recent convos have been, I mean, everything gets more stressful as you make more money and, you know, more people see you and more eyeballs and more expenses and more team and more payroll, but the fundamentals don't really change that much. And so I think like one thing that I learned a lot is like, you don't have to change the fundamentals. And I think there's been many times where I thought I had to. And like, I think that Josh is there to kind of like, just keep me on that like level-headed path. And I remember this very vividly. We had this one call that I hopped on and it just was a rough week for me. I don't directly know what was happening, but I think I asked, it was a group call and I was like, guys, like, what do you do when like things get crazy and your mental health is just cooked? Like, what do I do? Like, I just felt like I had so many DMs, and not even just DMs, like messages, like pressure, like deadlines, like everything felt like it was really adding up. And I remember I hopped on that call and I was like, guys, like, what do I do? And it just was just like back to the fundamentals, you know? And like having somebody to kind of like, I don't know, it felt like I was like kind of like deviating off the path, but it was like, bro, like come back here, you know, like it's not that hard, like just fucking, you know, lock back in, or bro, like you can go reward yourself, like you've just been working so hard, like those deadlines are deadlines, but you know, you're only holding yourself to those deadlines because you were so passionate about it. Like you're allowed to like take a couple steps back. And I think that has been so helpful of just like, bro, like those conversations are not normal and not a lot of people have those conversations, and I'm blessed to be even in this position to have those conversations. But like the actual nitty gritty of like me figuring all this out on my alone, like I probably could have been to the spot where I'm at now, but it just would have taken me more time and more fuck ups and, you know, just less like down to the point in a way.
I think that that's something that I think you get this objection a lot too. It's not even an objection. It's just a, you know, kind of a limiting belief or maybe a misunderstanding where it's, I could figure this out on my own. And I always tell people, yeah, you could. You could. I did it. You could have done it. The person watching could have done it. Mm-hmm. The only question is how long? How long are you willing to do it on your own and not know if you're making the right decisions before you either figure it out or you give up, right? It's the only two options that you'll really have.
Yeah. And I think also like, bro, there's a short window. Like, like it's a very short window, and like the practices that worked 2 or 3 months ago don't even work anymore, right? And so it's like, yeah, I'm gonna go figure it out on my own. It's like, wow, you're figuring it out, and you're still in those fucking like, you're still like not even at something. Like we're already transitioned into a whole new method, so you're just always gonna feel a fucking step behind because you're just not on our level. Like
it's
you're
like
not
the rich get richer kind of thing. It's just like.
It's the truth. Like, I mean, our finger's on the pulse for what's hot right now, what's working. And I mean, every single day we show up, we send fucking 60 messages a day, and it's like, you would be stupid if you didn't know what's actually going on right now, and you're missing this wave. And it's like, yeah, like go figure it out by yourself. Like, cool, okay, but like I'm gonna be in my PJ in a couple of years, and you're gonna be you're just now gonna discover the word.
I'm have to bleep it again.
Bleep that, yeah. Don't discover, yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. If you guys, yeah, that's really, that gets me. So I think I'll kind of end off with these last two notes. Number one being, who do you think this is for? You've experienced the entire spectrum from 3K a month to 30 plus K a month. Where do you think someone would get the most help, if not the whole range?
I don't think it's a money thing. I truly don't think it's a money thing. I don't think it's a revenue thing. I don't think it's like, I'd never even started before. Like, how do I start? Or it's like, I've been running this for 3 years now. Like, what do I do? It's not like I don't think it's a timeline thing. I don't think it's a money thing. I think it's more just like like, what is it? I don't think that those are the metrics to judge off of. I think it's more just like, where you have to recognize it yourself of like, something has to change. Like, I think it's the point of, I'm doing the right practices, but I know I'm worth more, or I know that there's something that's not clicking, or I know that I'm reading these metrics, but I'm not reading them in the right way. Or I know I can hit this number if I just had this. And I think like once you kind of have that in your mind, you're almost just like subconsciously, you just know that like something is better for you out there, and you have to go and get it. And so I think like, it's more like, are you ready to take that like that next step? Are you ready to like level up in a way? Are you ready to just like completely fucking gut your entire systems and break it down to just focus on the most repeatable, profitable actions? And I think once you're at that point and that resonates with you, then fucking pull the trigger, like go for it, But I don't think it's a money thing.
That's a good answer. I really like that actually, because you're right. I've had so many people at so many different stages come to me. It's just, it's different from a lot of the things out there because it's so hands-on, and because it's me solving the problems and me working with you.
Yeah.
That I don't want, people to expect you come in and you get one system implemented and you're good. It's like, we are gonna need to, it's like the teach a man to fish thing. It's like, I can give you some fucking fish. I can give you some clients if you really want them. If you want clients this week, I could get you clients this week. But the thing is like, are you going to retain these clients? Are you going to be able to charge what you know you're worth? Things like that. And what's going to happen in 6 months if I'm constantly having to spoon feed you fucking fish? Like, you've learned so much to the point where you are so self-sufficient in so many of these aspects, where you kind of mentioned, you're like, hey, I'll just check in with Josh when I'm having a problem. But it's like, you're not coming to me with the same things that you were coming to me with in the beginning, because you didn't just get kind of told what to do, but it's like, this is how it, like we talked about, it's psychology. It's actually like learning the next steps and how to make the next moves. I think, what would you just say to the viewer? Say to the viewer, any last thoughts about all of it?
Don't be a fucking pussy. I love saying that because it's the truth. Like, I mean, no one's gonna do it for you, and like, even if like, let's say on the off chance that you want to work with Josh, like, you shouldn't expect like fucking him to come to your business and like 10x everything. Like, you have to go fucking do it yourself, and you can't be a fucking pussy. Like, bro, I literally was in the worst fucking stage of my life like ever, and I knew I was in that worst stage, and that's why I fucking went and like knew I needed something better and I needed change, and I fucking put it to practice. And like, that's why we're here right now, and that's why we can talk about how like I'm on the verge of like maybe a 50K month pretty soon. Like, bro, the fact that I can even say that is like, it sounds surreal to me, but like, I also remember all the sleepless nights, and I remember like fucking grinding so hard because like I envisioned this happening. And so to the viewer, like, don't be a fucking pussy about it. Like, actually go and like, if you know you're worth more, like, go and fucking get it. Like, that's just actually like, I can't believe people that just like sit on their phones all day or like just drink all day. Like, bro, you are just missed potential, So don't be a pussy. And then also like, you're either in or out, bro. Like, dead ass, like, this is just like a crazy time right now. I think there's a lot of cool methods that we're fucking scheming on, and like just being in this environment and being like almost your fingers on the pulse for like where this industry is moving, that like you either learn it now or you get in now, or like you get left behind and you're gonna be stuck figuring it out, you know, what we've already been figuring out for the past like fucking years. So that's probably what I would say. It's a little harsh, but
no, it's tough. I mean, some people need to hear it. Some people need to hear the truth, and there's probably someone watching who's been at the same point in their life or feeling like they haven't been able to surpass what they know is possible, and they're probably here now. They're going, "Fuck, dude. Maybe Griffin's right. Maybe I need to stop being a pussy."
Yeah.
I did ask Trent this question, so I'll ask it to you. I'll ask it to everybody. What would you have told yourself 6-8 months ago? Knowing that you're in this position now with not only everything, I'm not even saying me, what you've been able to build and grow with the decisions that you've made, what would you tell yourself 6-8 months ago?
I mean, I don't think I would want to say too much because I'm going to ruin the path of what I went through. But
metaphorically speaking.
Yeah, I'd probably say like, bro, like, I'm proud of you. Like, fucking take a chill pill. Like, it's okay to like take a couple of days off. Like, don't actually, but like, it's okay to feel that way. Also, I would just say like, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Like, it's gonna get really rough. And like, bro, I was so depressed. Like, there's been so many times where I've just been depressed. And I think like from the root of it, the reason that I was depressed is because I knew I was worth more. And like, that is like so crazy to think about. And like, you know, that's just like how I think. And like, I think that a lot of people resonate with that. But it's like, if you know you're worth more, there's nothing worse of a feeling than feeling like you're not going and achieving it, or like you're thinking like, why hasn't this happened yet? And so like to me, like 6 or 4 months ago, like, bro, like, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Like, just keep focused and keep grinding. Like, don't let people get in your ear or like distractions, and everything happens for a reason. Like, bro, like, there's just been so much things thrown at me that to the point where I'm just like, I feel fucking numb at this point. Like, bro, I could crash my car.
Okay, don't say that out loud.
Crash
don't put
my
that
car,
into the universe.
like, tonight.
I'm big on spirituality.
And I'll probably be like, all right, like, what's next? You know, like, what did I learn from that experience?
Your life changes when you're higher up on that. That pyramid? I'm fucking forgetting the name, but it's like you have your needs met, and now you can start seeing things for what they really are and making decisions based on what resonates with you as a person, not what I need to do to survive.
Yeah, but like, to get to that point, it's like you have to recognize that everything happens for a reason. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, and like, bro, just keep grinding, you know? Because like, every little experience that is thrown at you that, you know, you might think fucking sucks, and it might feel like rock bottom, it's just part of the process, and it's just shaping you to be the best individual person like ever. And I'm forever grateful of all the hard times. Like, I'll look back on like this past year, and it's like, that was the hardest year of my life, and like, business is so fucking hard. But like, I'm forever grateful for my 18-year-old, 19-year-old self that deserved better and knew he wanted more. And like, now I'm in this position where I'm here and like, I get to live it, which is, you know, I'm forever grateful of.
Man, it makes me so happy to hear that. It makes me so happy just to see everything coming together. And I'm really excited to see what happens this summer. I think we're gonna end up making, you know, a couple trips, maybe another, you know, check-in, things like that. This kid's been fucking killing it. You know, really just makes me happy. I'll just land off on a happy note, dude. It makes me happy seeing these guys succeed.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, I mean, I think that'll be it. That'll be everything.